Hindi yung pinuri mo ngayon, kinabukasan, pinintasan mo na. No? Hindi mo alam kung anong gusto, depende sa mood. No? Pag sinabi strong will, anong ibig sabihin sa inyo? No? Okay. Sa akin, ang ibig sabihin ng strong will, is malinaw yung kanyang ethical standard. So, hindi siya nagko-compromise do sa kanyang mga values. Di ba? Pero kasi delikado yung strong-willed na kahit mali ka, pinaninindigan mo kasi meron kang paninindigan. Oo. Pride yun, no? Ego. Okay. Trusting, no? Mapagtiwala. Tingin ko, yung mga taong trusting, mataas ang self-confidence. Di ba? Hindi ka magiging trusting na tao kung mababa ang confidence mo sa sarili mo. Kasi kapag lagi kang insecure, hindi ka magiging trusting. So, I think yung pagiging trusting ng isang leader is because they're confident in their leadership. That's why they trust people easily. Decisive. Ano yung ibig sabihin nyo ng decisive? I just want to be clear para kanino yung decisive? Sa inyo rin? Anong ibig sabihin sa inyo ng decisive? Pala desisyon. Kasi nakakainip yung di ba? Yung mga teka-teka na kailangan mo na yung desisyon niya. Tapos, play safe, hindi nagde-decide. Okay. Reliable. Ano ang reliable sa atin? Okay. Sa akin naman, yung reliable, yung pagka sinabi niya, ginagawa niya. Diba? Yung pwede mong asahan, may isang salita, reliable. And you know they're doing their best. Kasi wala naman kung walang perfectong tao, lalong walang perfectong manager. No? So, mahirap magkaroon ng confidence if you think na dapat tama lahat ng ginagawa mo. Bagsak na ako agad doon kasi mas marami akong ginagawang mali kaysa tama. Di ba? Pero pag pala decision ka, pag decisive ka, chances marami kang maling decision. Pero importante kasi na natututo ka doon sa impact ng decision mo. Trusting, supportive. Siyempre, alam natin lahat yun. No? Importante yung leader na wala kang pera, pautangin kita. Positive thinker. Do you agree? Yung optimistic, pero meron ako nakita optimistic kanina. Wala, ito lang. Yung positive thinker. Team, hindi natin may hit yung target natin, pero sige lang, try nyo lang. Hindi pwedeng gano'n, di ba? Kaya natin yan, di ba? Kind. So, malinaw na tayo sa kind, versus nice. Approachable. Right? Ang hirap naman ng leader na hindi approachable. Okay. Team builder. Yun. This is interesting. I wanna hear this. Kanino tong team builder? This is interesting. Sige. What does it mean? Para yung leader na team builder, anong ginagawa niya? Para sa akin kasi, ang isang team builder is somebody who promotes collaboration. Team. Hindi yung may mga leader na hinahati yung team. Di ba? Siya yung unang pinanggagalingan ng politika at saka intrigue. Mga leaders na may favoritism. Mahirap maging team builder kapag pagka may favoritism ka. No? So, yeah, I agree. Open-minded. Ayun. Yung 5,000 mo, gagawin kong 5,000 ko. No? I think it's importante yung open-minded. Kambal yan ng good listener. Di ba? Flexible. So, nakakapag-split. No? Ano yung flexible sa inyo? What's flexible tayo? What kind of leader? Okay, what is the leader doing that makes that leader flexible? Okay, nag-adjust ka. Adaptive. Okay. Goal-oriented. Ayun, I think that's very, very important. I don't think you're a leader if you're not goal-oriented. Di ba? Yung transactional lang. Approachable uli. Mukhang, gusto yung madaling lapitan, mahirap utangan, di ba? Approachable. Di ba? Madaling lapitan. Other leaders, other supervisors. Oo. Yung mga supervisor na yun, reporting sa'yo. Okay, ibabalik ko yung tanong sa grupo, no? Kasi 'di ba, may layers tayo di ba? May layers tayo. Ikaw yung manager, tapos gusto mo united yung team, yung buong team mo, pero dun sa baba, medyo naghiwa-hiwalay kasi may mga kanya-kanya supervisor 'yon. O sila ayaw mag-unite yung mga nandito sa, okay. Babalik ko yung tanong sa inyo, hindi lang sa kanya, sa inyo. If you are in that situation and you are a team builder, what do you do? Bigla tayo nagkaroon ng case study, di ba? Instant case study. What do you do? Yes. Yung teamwork. Okay. Sige. Other suggestions. Yeah. Let's say both. Let's say both. Work environment, improve collaboration kasi may mga dependencies yung ano. At ang nakikita mo ay medyo nagkakanya-kanya at saka nagkakaroon ng them versus us. Kasi medyo territorial, for example, some of the supervisors can be quite territorial, di ba? Yung pakiramdam nila kapag ka nag-suggest ka sa kanila, nangingialam ka sa trabaho nila. So you're in that situation. So case study tayo. What will you do as a leader? Ikaw yung leader ng buong grupo na yon, ha? Gusto mo mag-unite sila, common goal, positive work environment, and it's not happening, what do you do as a leader? Ha? Yes.
Since yun ay section, ibig sabihin merong resource. So, mag-unite yun siya in the same, meron siya to achieve the certain reporting.
Ito nga ang problema natin, Jemmy. May ayaw nga eh. Nagkokontrahan, nagsisisihan. Tigasan mo na. Okay. Hindi, kasi nandoon tayo sa team builder. I think yung tanong na yon ay napakahalaga. And that this highlights the fact that building a team is not easy. It's not. No? Mag-outing tayo, magka-teamwork. Anyone else who has any? Yes. Okay. I think that's a good idea, no? Para maiwasan yung magsilipan, no? May mga kuliti lahat yung mga nagsisilipan. Merong simpler solution. There's a simpler solution. Ikaw yung manager nun. May mga kanya-kanyang supervisor yon. Work with the supervisors. Kung ma-unite mo yung supervisors, ma-unite mo yung buong team. So, two things that you can do there. Una, that. And then second, equip the supervisors to be team builders themselves. Hindi pwedeng ikaw lang ang team builder sa team mo. Dapat pareho kayo ng mindset. Ikaw at saka yung mga supervisors mo, pareho kayo nung goal to have teamwork, to have a healthy work environment. And if that becomes a shared goal, it's easier now for people to look at common goal, appreciating the different functions of the units. At kapag may problema, imbis na magsisihan, it's easier to talk to people because they're friends. No? So, nasagot ba yung tanong ko? Ay.
Parang kayo na nasagot.
Parang? Ngayon, siyempre, simple yung sagot, pero simple doesn't mean easy. Kasi personalities. So, you have to work with those different personalities. Make sure that they're clear about what you want. What kind of teamwork you want. No? Dahil ito kasi yung sabi ni Patrick Lencioni, yung author ng 5 Dysfunctions of the Team. Teams are naturally dysfunctional. Naturally. Kaya nga may team development kasi by default, dysfunctional yung mga tao. Don't trust each other. Fears conflict. The problem with fear of conflict is that the more you fear it, the more you're going to have it. Mas takot ka sa conflict, mas maraming conflict. Kasi ganito yan. Paano yan? May maling ginawa si Jimmy. Hindi ko lalapitan si Jimmy para pag-usapan yung mali niyang ginawa. Ang gagawin ko, kakausapin ko si Sir, no? Si Raydal. Alam mo ba yan si Jimmy? Meron na namang ginawang kapalpakan. Oo. Napektuhan ka? No? Oo. PT party na kami. Kalaban natin si Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy! Diba? Plastic, orokan. Di ba? Pagka walang trust, may fear of conflict, lumalala yung conflict, mahirap magkaroon ng commitment dahil hindi nag-uusap ng maayos, walang accountability, wala ding result. Those are the 5 dysfunctions. As a leader, you need to navigate that. You need to build trust, you need to improve communication, you need to get people to commit to a common goal. People should be capable of making each other accountable. Right? Pagka yung tao, may tiwala ka, hindi ka natatakot sabihin na nasa na yung pangako mo sa akin? Kaya mong sabihin yon na hindi kayo magsasaulian ng kandila. No? And then you get to focus on result kasi walang problema sa relationship. No? Haba na ng sagot ko. May bayad na yon. Okay. Goal-oriented, motivator, listener, role model. I think yung role model, parang given, ano? Ang tanong lang, ano yung niro-role model? Kabutihan ba, kabalbala, no? So, okay. Advisor. Good advisor, no? Ayan. As long as, may problema kasi minsan sa advice. Pagka lahat ng desisyon ng tao dinadaan sa'yo, they become too dependent. So make sure na hindi sila nawiwili na lahat ng gagawin nila kailangan ng advice mo. You have to pay attention to that, ha? Kasi parang ito kasi minsan yung pakiramdam. I feel needed. Kasi punta sa akin, Sir, ang gagawin ko? Ma'am, uy, I feel so important. Simple lang yan, ito gawin mo. Nagulat ka, lahat na ng desisyon. Ito pa yung problema. Pagka pumalpak, di ba, sir, sabi mo, nakokot ka pa. So, I like the idea of purposeful telling, no? Purposeful advice. As long as yung advice mo leads to less advice later. Kasi nagiging independent sila. Natututunan nila yung wisdom mo. Okay? So, later on, pag-usapan natin paano gawin yan. Okay? Dedicated. Dedicated. No? Lagi may dedication sa memo. No? Okay, fair. I think fair is very important. Nothing breaks trust than unfairness. Equal is not always fair. Right? So you have to know, to recognize who's contributing more in your team. Kasi ganito yan. Kung kaming dalawa ni Jimmy ay magka-team, pareho ng sweldo, pareho ng trabaho, masipag si Jimmy, hardworking, may initiative, bida-bida, no? Ayan. Magaling, no? At tapos ako, petics, no? Oo, pero magaling magyaya sa lunch. Di ba? Boss, lunch tayo. Sagot kita. Di ba? No? And then I get favored. Okay? That's not fair, right? Or, you treat us equally. Petics ako, tamad ako. You treat us equally. That becomes unfair. No? He should get more favor. He should get more recognition. He should get more appreciation, I should get more feedback, I should get more coaching because I'm not contributing well. So, tingnan niyo po kasi, minsan kasi, kawawa yung high performer sa team. Dahil they're given more work, kasi mapaasahan sila, less recognition, dahil ang attention mo nakapokus doon sa low performer. Kaya yung mahuhusay na burn out, dalawa ang pwedeng gawin yan. Mag-resign, or maging actively disengaged. Huwag mong galingan, dadami ang trabaho mo. Yes. Gaano kadalas ang performance evaluation? So, fair ka once a year, unfair ka for the rest of the year. Isipin mo mabuti. Hindi ko naman sinabing huwag niyong igalang yung... Pagka meron kang high performer ka, contributing well, and then meron kang hindi nagko-contribute, and they get the same amount of recognition, they get the same amount of reward, okay? Because you want to be fair, meaning equal, babawi na lang ako dun sa once a year, okay? Kung ikaw yung high performer, hindi ikaw yung leader, ikaw yung high performer, ang sipag-sipag mo, maman, nasang pangalan? Ayun, Casey, no? Ang sipag-sipag mo, okay, you get the same amount of recognition with Monique, okay, and wala kayong difference sa treatment. How would you feel? Di ba? Equal 'yon, ha? Equal. There's no difference, di ba? Kasi ganito, yung high performer mo will obviously grow faster than the low performer. Yung capability niya tataas, no? So yung opportunity, supposedly, yung opportunity for this person to grow will be more than the lesser performer. Ngayon, if you treat them equally, meaning the opportunities are equally open to both of them, it's like saying, okay lang kahit hindi ka mahusay. You get the same amount of treatment kung hindi ka mahusay. If there's a problem with your performance, at saka yung walang problema sa performance are treated equally, it becomes unfair. So equal is not always fair. I want you to be mindful of that kasi if you're not mindful of it, you will burn out your high performer. Kasi ang high performers are naturally, meron mga ganitong tao, siguro meron kayong na-encounter na ganitong mga tao, they volunteer to do work. They catch the slack, no? Yung mga high performers. They like to see numbers, yung gusto nilang nakaangat yung number nila because they're achievement oriented. In fact, these kinds of people get frustrated with low performing bosses. So, maraming suggestion to, maraming hanas to. Kasi ayaw nila na merong humaharang sa kanilang performance. So, minsan, pagka insecure yung boss, pag insecure yung boss, they call these people many names. Epal, paladesisyon, bida-bida. You need to learn how to deal with these people. Okay. Hindi lahat ng high performers magiging mahusay na leader. So you also have to recognize that some people are just good at what they do at that level. No? So, ayun. Ano nga ba? Fair treatment. Okay? Firm. I think yung firm tsaka strong will, tama ba? Same, as long as malinaw sa atin yung alin yung firm. For example, ako, I'm firm about fairness. I hate unfairness. Okay? So, if somebody's asking me to do something that I feel is unfair, I'm not gonna do it. If somebody's asking me to compromise my ethical standard or moral standard, I won't do it. But am I willing to be wrong? Like, am I willing to accept that my idea is wrong and that there's a better idea? Yun yung mga delikadong maging firm. Wala akong pake kung mali ako, basta ito, desisyon ko. Ang tawag doon, stubborn. No? Hindi na firm ang tawag doon. Matigas ang ulo, mahirap maging boss yung gano'n. Hindi nakikinig. Generous, yan, di ba? Mahilig manglibre. I think yung generous at saka shares knowledge is generous in that sense. Okay, ano yung hands-on?
Parang lagi nagpapalo ng mga pinapagawa niya.
Oo. So, tinitignan niya yung progress mo. Okay. Basta hindi sobra, no? Kasi yung sobra nito, micromanager. Nahihirita ka na. Nag-follow up every hour, no? So yun, hands-on. I think yung hands-on is tinitignan niya kung kaya mo and is ready to support. Ready to support. Okay. Good listener. Ayun. Appreciative. Yes. Analytical. Okay. Bakit good leadership characteristic yung analytical? Okay. Okay. Merong another term na pwede tayong gamitin doon is yung ability to keep your composure. Mahaba, analytical na lang. Pero kasi importante yan, di ba? Yung hindi ka nagpapanik agad. That gives you time to analyze. Sige na nga, analytical na lang. Directive. Ano tong directive? Okay. I like that kasi merong mga leaders na gawin mo to, ayaw nilang tinatanong ng bakit. Pag tinanong mo kung bakit, ang sagot, dahil ako boss mo, di ba? Sundin mo ako. Bakit? Kasi pinagagawa ko. So, a good leader achieves clarity. I won't use the term directive kasi ang Tagalog ng directive pala utos eh. Di ba? Okay. Yung clear, yung communication is they answer the what. When needed, only when needed, the how, and most importantly, the why. Kasi yung what at saka how, management yun. Yung why, leadership yun. Value yung why eh. Yung why, it's value, it's vision, it's mission. Yung what and how, instruction yun eh. Management yun. So, when you answer those three questions, you're both a good manager and a good leader. Okay? Well-rounded, mataba. No? Pwede ko dito. Well-rounded. Okay. Mabuti na pansin ninyo, no? Napansin nyo na good leader ako, well-rounded. Ano yung well-rounded? Okay. Yeah. So in short, ang daming alam. Ang dami mong alam, no? Okay, may tawag doon. And this is, I hope you grow to be this kind of leader. Hindi mastery yun, ha? Hindi yun, kailangan alam kong gawin lahat. Basta alam kong gawin yung trabaho ko. Wala akong pakialam sa effect ng trabaho ko sa ibang department. Kasi para maintindihan mo kung ano yung impact ng trabaho mo, kailangan mo maintindihan yung effect sa ibang department. For example, employee engagement. Nagpa-event ka, hindi mo naiintindihan yung priority ng ibang department. Magugulat ka, walang dumating. Kasi hindi mo naiintindihan na yung time, yung event, tsaka yung importance ng event is nasa low priority ng ibang department. Meron silang mas malaking priority. Does that make sense? Okay, ikaw ay quality control. Di ba? Ang naiintindihan mo lang, ito dapat hindi tumawid dito dahil hindi pasado sa quality. Hindi mo naiintindihan yung bakit tayo nakarating dito sa ano na to. Ano yung mga issues sa ibang department that might be causing this. So pag nagro-root cause analysis ka, hanggang sa dulo lang ng department mo. Kung ganito kalaki yung department mo, hanggang doon ka lang sa pinto. You don't look at causes outside of your department because you're not familiar. So importante yung well-rounded, no? Na leader na naintindihan mo yung tama, no, Daniel, naintindihan mo yung function ng ibang unit in relation to the function that you are performing. Okay? Ang tawag doon ay enterprise leadership. Pwede kang maging CEO balang araw. Di ba? Kasi very few people are able to develop yung tinatawag na enterprise leaders. Enterprise leadership. Pag nag-head ka na ng department, naging head ka na ng division, for example, importante na you are able to grow outside of your functional leadership. Ibig sabihin nun, pag nagde-decide ka, tinitignan mo yung implication ng decision mo sa other departments. Sige. So, thank you for that. You may go back to your seat.